Dr. Nadia Adnan. Dr. Nadia Adnan is an assistant professor and researcher scientist in management and marketing at Prince Mohammed bin Fahd University, Saudi Arabia. Her expertise includes digital transformation and sustainable business models, marketing analytics, and consumer behavior. With that, we will warmly welcome Dr. Nadia Adnan.
Hello, am I audible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello? Okay. Um, Let me share my screen first, and then we'll begin. Am I clearly audible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let me introduce myself. My name is Dr. Nadia Adan. I'm an assistant professor in Prince Mohammed bin Fahad University, going to be an associate. I am basically a part of number of research grant. I'm in working in numerous researches with the number of numerous university I've been a part of. I am a visiting researcher in Qatar University, and I'm a part of one of the leading project in King's College London as well, where we are working on sustainability and communication aspects. And then I'm an honored as World Top 2% scientist with a research focus on management and marketing and sustainability and innovation. So these are my little introduction, and I hold my degree from University Technology Petronas and UOT Canada, which is basically University of Toronto, and I have a dual degree for both my PhD, and I did my postdoc from Cornell. And this is basically I have done, and I am currently having a number of publications. It's quite a lot, and I have new. My research is strongly data driven, which is based on bridging the theories, policies, as well as practices as well, with a particular emphasis on sustainable development and goal and digital transformations, which is basically responsible, more responsible towards the business and practices. Before I proceed, I would like to sincerely thank you for the conference organizing committee, as well as invitation was given to me, and for the outstanding effort put in by the organization team. Truly grateful for opportunity to be a part of this distinguished press platform. Plus, I would like to thank Dr. and Professor Deepak for his support and encouragement. I deeply appreciate the participant here. Furthermore, thank you very much for again for the committee and people who are being part of this committee as well. So before we begin, I would like to know about what is basically the sustainability communication is all about. Most of the time when we are discussing about sustainability communication, we understand the communication based on sustainability is all about knowing the idea what is basically the sustainability is all about. The term system, when it comes to sustainability, we understand the different aspects of sustainability. We understand the old and new viewpoint of sustainability and communication. Traditionally, sustainability was being seen as in compliance, where we understand the compliances and requirement and risk control also, right? That is basically the strategy of sustainability. But now these days we are focusing and analyzing the critical integration of ESG commitment in corporate and narratives to build and stakeholders trust in long term and long term business values. How the business values is basically there. So most of the time when we're discussing about the strategy, it's now the core value proposition when it comes to reputation assets. So that's basically what we are discussing about in sustainable communication. I'm being a part of this research, which basically currently we are doing with Qatar University. So that's the reason I have like a little more idea about this notions, where we are discussing about how we are bridging the gap with the corporate actions and stakeholder participations, whether it's like narrative integration, whether it's like genuine accountability and stakeholder trust also. So all these part, how we are integrating based on understanding of how the idea stresses more towards the sustainability claims, how the sustainability organizations claim. For example, I'm an oil and gas company, I might not be fully sustainable. So how I can integrate certain aspects which make my organizations to sound more sustainable. That's basically the core business understanding story and brand identity, how your brand identity explains different way of understanding as well. And then accountability, how what accountability that's you need to understand here is about the communications about how the company actually does and how the stakeholder perceive it, by the way. And it's not just about reporting, but also about shaping the reputation as well. So how you're going to shape the reputation and trust also. So all these aspects are basically kind of important the strategies works. And in most in the when you trust, when the stakeholder trust, it's all about transforming compliances task into the powerful reputation assets in the long term. Loyalty is basically more towards the loyalty aspects. When we are talking about, it's not it's just about explaining sustainability communication and how it connects with the company, actually how it does, how the stakeholder perceive it, how the things is basically moving forward. It's about the integration. It's about when we talk about narrative integration, we all explains about the core business ideas. Sustainability should be via brand, via identity, brand identity, or not exist, maybe it has a separate messages also. So most of us, we understand in this aspects, right? This makes sustainability believable and more relevance to the stakeholder. That's basically what I understand about narrative integration. When it comes to genuine accountability, it's more like how important the transparency itself. And then it's basically verifiable actions or not, there is a verify aspects or not. And the third aspect is both more aspect is basically companies must understand about the support of sustainability, how they're going to support the sustainability they claim with the data. Maybe they claim by recognizing reporting standard, how they are maybe my reporting style is different than others, right? And how accountability reduce the skepticism also and increase the credibility. It's more like increase the credibility and stakeholder trust. It's all about these things and how we are making out of it, right? And then we discuss about authenticity in messaging. When you are messaging something, when you are transmitting something, when you are making sure the organization building credibility through a verifiable evidence. So what you need to understand in that aspect is a third party clarification. Maybe you'll go with independent audit, right? Maybe you'll go with like standardized framework. What kind of things basically you need to go for? That's basically all about the understanding of greenwashing risk. What is basically the greenwashing risk is about these three aspects: third party clarification, whether you are leverage about the objective, and validation, maybe your company is basically ISO certified, a B Corp status. All these things is basically under the greenwashing risk, right? So we understand and we make sure that greenwashing list is about misleading. Maybe it's about the warning sign of misleading the environmental claim. Some of the environmental claim, though you are an oil and gas company, but you are talking about sustainability and you are talking about environmental sustainability and you are talking about all those aspects. So make sure that you understand what your organization. So these greenwashing risk is basically there. So greenwashing risk is all about damaging the corporate credibility and reputations also. So we need to understand how we can, get out of this, narrative building and understand it quite well. So all these aspects, when we are covered, we understand the narrative integration in brand alignment. How you going? It goes with your vision and mission. It goes with your core strategy. It goes with the brand identity itself. When you position your market, so as I'm working with number of organization as a, as a consultant, also as a co-consultant and a consultant as well. So we give them a different idea. We give them different understanding. We give them what as a stakeholder we need to do, how the, company's value proposition is basically can be added, and how the sustainability part can be, valued, and it becomes a proposition. It's a value proposition in order to understand, to reinforce the innovation is coming from not only the communication part but the leadership aspects also, how the leaderships works. And the leaderships also explain the narrative building, the different kind of narrative building, where they understand that how things will goes with them, how the management is basically reacting in certain situation, how the technology sectors model, how the firm position their NSD efficient data centers. We organization have different data centers also. So based on what kind of, wellness, not to perks, how you're going to integral the component, how this innovation and leadership narrative you build. Some you need to understand each and every understanding, every stage, where you make your decisions. When you understand your decisions, how the strategic proposition is working, especially when it comes to, value proposition, it understand how you reinforce the innovation, not only in business strategy and communication aspect, but in the leadership styles also, and making the narrative more persuasive to a, investor and or a customer also. It depends on the stakeholder, who are your stakeholder. Right. So visual and digital communication practices. When we are doing digital communication practices, we understand that most of the time when we're discussing about leadership, it's about involvement, it's about consistency, it's about internal alignment or and essentials also, right? It's about the best practices also. When we are talking about here the digital communications and best practices, it's about infographic, how the infographic works, right? How the interactive dashboards work in ESG system that allows stakeholder to explore real-time ESG progress, and how this progress is working. Maybe you'll give them a short video or short, passages also, and how the content strategy is basically working is based on the real-time photos, employees and work spaces, on the ground community project visualization, and transparent production and process imaginary stuff. All these things you can provide in order to make sure that your communication will be transferred properly, right? Whether the communication should be visual or digital communication, those are the best ways, and how you're transforming your information in a best way. And there is one saying, a human-centric approach foster an emotional connection and reinforce the authenticity to understand the communication, how they are moving to the tactical reporting to the strategic engagement, how this engagement is kind of important also. So we understand in this, sustainable communication, that visual and digital communication is the best practices that simplify the technical complexity through an authentic and engaging storytelling. So we understand all these aspects via knowing the idea. So when we are understanding about the transparency and challenges, so transparency and challenges is all about the flawless, how you are basically portrayal, how you portray your organization communication strategy, what is basically by balancing an achievement and cadred assessment also, and backsets also, organization building, enduring the credibility, how organization is being credible. It's not about only the gloom and gloom, but also the understanding part, whether what they need to do and how they can, understand their setbacks, acknowledging their failures and acknowledging setbacks, and celebrating their success also. So these are the fixator which we are doing in these days. We understand how the factors, accountability, and actionable steps can be taken place. So most of the time when we are discussing about consistency in long-term engagement, most of the organization, we want them to understand one thing, that's basically effective communication is in sustained dialogue to transform your tactical initiative to ensure the strategy. What kind of a strategy? Maybe you are having some different strategy, maybe the strategic not an option. This communication strategy is not an optional. You need to understand the transparency and authenticity is all about consistency that drives the trust. The trust is basically the pillar. So you need to understand the when you as a stakeholder and engagement strategy, you need to understand the stakeholder mapping. Why this mapping is kind of important? Because it's a pillar, it's a backbone. We call it a foundation. When you map it, it's a foundation. The power, interest, and grit, these are basically the focal point. As a key player, you will understand and how you're going to tailor your message. Sometimes your whatever the message you are giving, it's not basically articulated as it is, right? So you need to use both the aspects. In the previous slide, I already mentioned about two different aspects. One is basically visual, another is basically digital communication, right? So all these two-way dialogue should be there. How you going to with the co-creation, what is basically the stakeholder initiative building, brand advocacy. So all these aspects, even now these days, is kind of easier with the help of AI. We can generate a lot of like different mapping within the stakeholders and all those things. But however, there are still the people are working towards it. It need to be done in a proper manner. So these thing is basically the talk of these topic, which I am working currently with Qatar Foundation and Qatar University, with a collaboration of Prince Mohammed bin Fahad University also. So I'm representing Saudi Arabia with that collaboration, where we are working on impact of sustainability and reporting on reputation also. So basically here, I have taken a case study in Malaysia where 44% of reputation was explained by sustainability reporting and governance also. Actually, I have spent 5 years in Qatar while engaging myself in UTP Malaysia, as I have a dual degree from UTP of Malaysia and UOT Canada also. So I have spent roughly 2.5 years over there and 2.5 years over there as well in Canada. So that's how I get my degree. And I understand that reputation, when we are explaining about the report in this particular aspects, while I was reading in 2022 disclosure of Malaysia, where I have figured it out that it's more, the company explained more about, sustainability reporting and governance and a company and a company sizes also, whether it's like whether you have SMEs, whether you have medium enterprises, whether you have a large enterprises, all these basically working in the same foundation. That foundation is basically having an effective sustainable communications, right? Sorry, I'm being fast because I have another class soon after this. That's the reason I'm kind of fast. So because I have a class after this, so please sorry for these things. And the slide is after this one is basically okay, the best practices for reputation and enhancement. When you're talking about the best practices of reputation and enhancement, you have to understand one. Own the narrative. You need to own the narrative. If you are not a sustainable organization, just because changing, for example, if you're talking about sustainability in Starbucks, what is the sustainability in Starbucks right now? They are just changing the what you call it, straw. Straw is basically now it's more related to what you call it, paper based. So that's not sustainability, because the glass you are holding is still a plastic, right? And it's not biodegradable. So that's basically, you need to, as a CEO or as a leading messaging, you need to make sure that if you're projecting your organization as a sustainable organization, then every aspect of that organization should be a jive with each other. That's basically linked with each other, rather than you just build up the narration and then it won't goes like with the idea itself. So maintain with the consistency and an internal alignment. And it also goes with like leverages to learn the media and central content also. All these things is basically make sure that you have a best impact and best practices also. So please understand these aspects, and we based on, as a scientist, as a researcher, and we need to understand these parameters need to be jive and articulated properly in order to make sure that sustainable communication and corporate reputation it's affect properly. So with that thought, I would like to end my presentation here. If you have any question, please let me know. So and feel free to ask any questions. I'm going to answer your questions. Am I audible to all of you, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
If anyone has any question, they can raise their hand.
Anyone has question, please? Okay, then I would like to, leave because I have another session to catch. So it's nice meeting you all, and it's a privilege to be with such a nice audience. Thank you very much.
It appears we don't have any question at this moment. Once again, thank you, Dr. Nadia, for your excellent presentation. Thank you so much. I now respectfully invite Dr. Yang, faculty member, University